Hello and welcome to the Thoughts on Wrestling podcast with myself, Rob, and joined as ever by Dan. Dan, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm a bit tired from the past 2 weeks of madness I've been involved in, but you know.
Well, you've been gallivanting all around, the world, you could say, at rock
Just Europe.
festivals. Well,
Yeah.
Europe's in the world, Dan. I think we can. I feel like we can use that to hype it up slightly more.
I've been thinking
All
in
over the
Australia.
world, all over.
We're not worldwide yet. That's to come.
So you're a bit sleepy, and you've come back to boiling old England. Where we've had to turn our fans off to do this recording. And so we're going to be a big pile of melted human flesh by the end of it. So we should probably crack on. You watched Money in the Bank this morning. What did you think of the overall show?
I don't know really. Actually, like it's a thumbs in the middle for me. Like there was some good stuff on it, but I do question some of the things that did happen on it. How about you?
It's a thumbs up from me.
Okay.
From what I've seen on the internet today, I think I liked everything that everybody hated, which is unusual. Normally, I'm the guy who goes, "No, it's all rubbish. It's stupid wrestling. I hate it." But no, I mean, obviously, the most controversial part is the women's Money in the Bank match that we'll get to. But I also like the finish to the tag team match as well. I liked all the finishes to all of the matches really. So yeah, no real complaints from me. I thought some of the wrestling was really good as well, and there was a couple of moments in the main event which teased hopefully WrestleMania matches. Hopefully, if I'm allowed to read into it that much, I'm talking about the showdown between AJ and Nakamura, of course.
Well, I'll get to that, and I'll tell you what they're gonna do.
Oh, okay. Fair enough then. Fair enough. Well, let's crack on with the first match, which happens to be the most controversial, the inaugural, the first ever, the greatest thing ever, according to the hype package that played before it. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Didn't you think it was slightly weird that they brought out all of the women first and then played the promo package, hyping up the Revolution and stuff? So they all just stood there for 5 minutes.
They do this. They've done this quite a few times, and I just don't understand it. Like,
surely it just takes the air out of the arena. like everyone's ready to fight, and now we're going to sit down and watch a video, everybody. So just like all of that hype, like the raucous noise you were making for the excitement, just shush everybody. We're watching a presentation.
or if I was one of the women and smart about it, I would just let them watch the video. One of them grabs the ladder, climbs the ladder, breaks the briefcase. There you go.
You know what? That would be amazing, actually, if they made a point of like, so we've all come out. There's a video. It just started, and then they attack them from behind, and they just cut away from the promo package and go, "Oh my god, they're attacking the person. We were going to watch this thing." That'd actually be really cool if they did that one day. I'd be all about that. But I still think they should have just opened the show with the promo package.
Yeah.
Even though I was annoyed by the fact it's just yet more WWE marketing patting themselves on the back. Women's Revolution, Evolution, bullshit. Just let them have the fucking match. They'll say what they need to say in the match, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
There was a "This is awesome" chant quite early on. I thought that was a bit of a freebie.
That chant seriously needs to die.
Let them earn it first, please. Come on. I thought this match was sloppy, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah.
Quite a few little things.
What is it with these women? I don't know. It's not maybe. I don't know if it's the women. I don't know if it's nerves or anything. But every time they do something new, it just feels not organised, sloppy. Just I don't. Like I said, it might be just because of nerves and because it was a ladder match. There's a bit more danger in it. But
I mean, the pressure must be immense because obviously they've got everyone in the back going, "Well, we're giving you an opportunity. So if you don't knock it out of the park, back to bra and panties matches with you."
Well, probably not that.
Well, probably not that.
Shown you'll never be on TV ever again.
You would have thought, based on the amount of multi-women matches they've had in general, tag team matches, all in all, this was a ladder match. You'd have thought they'd had more of a, they'd be used to wrestling each other by now, but it was sloppy. But not sloppy enough to put me off too much. It wasn't terrible.
It was passable.
Yes, it was passable, but it wasn't great. It wasn't what it could have been. I think if they'd have been able to have, obviously the Raw women in as well, and just handpicked the very best. So you could have had Charlotte, Becky, Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, And give me a sixth person, Dan, who I've forgotten.
Emma.
Emma can go in it. I like Emma. She can come into it. I think that would have been really good. But you've kind of got the weaker members of the cast playing as well. But that's fine. What did you think of the finish? That's the big thing. Let's stop pussyfooting around it. Tell me what you thought of the finish.
No, I wasn't a fan, to be honest. Maybe if it was not they built us up as the first women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and the man was the one that grabbed the briefcase. Now, if it was maybe the second onwards, if they did that, yeah, I would have been fine with that. But maybe not just establish them. It was the first, or I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. I know you liked it.
Yeah, 100% agree with everything you're saying. It totally makes sense. Inaugural match. They should really have it as a prestigious moment. But that's actually the exact reason why I love it, because it is such a despicable and disgusting move from a heel to win that way. It's a mockery. It's a complete mockery of a finish, and it's really like a big middle finger to everyone in that match from Carmella. I don't think it's from the writing staff. I don't think it's from Vince or anything. It's Carmella and James Ellsworth being disgusting heels doing anything to win. This isn't like when Santino won the Miss WrestleMania dressed in drag. This is just Carmella using her lackey, who happens to be a man. If James Ellsworth was, Janet Ellsworth, I don't think people would be crying. It's a heel using a disgusting heel tactic to win when she shouldn't have and didn't deserve it. And I think Carmella will ride a wave of pure heel hatred for a while based on this. And that's why I think it's great.
Well, I'm surprised they've never done this before. It took them this long to do this sort of thing. Like someone randomly who's not in the match grabs the belt or briefcase and, contribute. I'm surprised it took them this long. But
Kane did help Seth win.
Yeah, but he never grabbed it. Yeah,
exactly. But he did. He interfered. He wasn't involved. He came in. He helped him win. He's Kane is the reason Seth won that match.
Oh yeah.
James Ellsworth is the reason Carmella won.
See, I would have preferred it if just James Ellsworth just put Carmella on his shoulders, just walked up there, and she grabbed it. Easy.
So it's the fact that he unhooked it. That's the bit that's the clincher for you. Because
I think that's a clincher for a lot of people. I think if she assisted Carmella, then I think everyone would be fine with that. But because he was the one that grabbed it, and then the referees are like, "Oh no, he's not in the match," blah blah blah. But yet they still let it have it.
That's actually, this is the thing that annoys me most about the finish is they had the whole confused referee discussion before James Ellsworth announced over the microphone that she'd won, and then they kind of just walked off. It kind of looked like it was setting up for Shane to come out or Brian to come back,
and both of them weren't even there.
And neither of them. They both tweeted about it. And I was like, guys, this is your pay-per-view, and neither of you turned up and came out and dealt with it.
So pretty much that says your pay-per-view doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, but that moment from there was a minute where the referees were talking about it, going, "This isn't right. It's a mockery, etc." Which it totally is. But it just I felt like the fans were confused by that in the arena, because they were like, "Is it the finish?"
Yeah.
And then they kind of just celebrated and left. I think that deflated the moment more than Carmella winning via James Ellsworth giving her the briefcase.
Well, there is a second part to this, but I'll wait to the women's title match to discuss that. But yeah,
yes. Okay.
Confusion all around.
Yeah, the women didn't have the greatest day, but no, this has absolutely divided the internet. From what I can tell, a lot of people don't like it. Quite a few people like myself seem to love it. I would just say you're not meant to like the actions of a heel, and I do think some people forget that from time to time. I've seen quite a few people complaining that, oh no, the bad guy won doing a bad thing, and I don't like it. It's like, you're not meant to. Let's just remember that.
It's still real to me, damn it.
No, I think it was fantastic, but I understand why people are upset. Tag team match, the Usos versus the New Day. Tell me what you thought.
I thought it was a good match until the finish, to be honest.
It's always the finishes that put people off. I love this. Yeah, I know. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was slow. The first half of the match was a bit like going through the motions, and then it really amped up, and it was really good. But again, I liked the finish. I liked the fact that the Usos were gonna lose, so they took a dirty way out. They took the count out loss to retain. They're heels.
No, but I would have preferred it. I would actually prefer the DQ finish. Like, so there was a bit where I think it was Kingston had one of the Usos pinned, and then that's when the other one dragged him out, and that's for count out. So I would have loved it if they just put the belt in and hit the belt if we got the DQ victory. That's a more heelish way than just bloody walking out after he's had this like 10-15 minute match.
I don't know.
Why don't
It's
you do it at the
cowardly
beginning?
though, isn't it? It's a cowardly way to lose. Like just to like go, nope, I'm done. I think that much like with the way Carmella won, them retaining their titles via a count out loss, really like they robbed the fans of a great match or a finish to a great match, and I think that will give them, if utilised properly, more heel heat down the line, so that when I assume there's going to be a rematch, that'll factor into it. Personally,
Well, I would have preferred them if they just used the weapon and then they probably got a lot more heat. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, it was. By this point, I was like, oh, for God's sake, this is getting a bit.
Oh, so at this point in the pay per view, you weren't a happy chap because two bad finishes in a row for you. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah. Well, that when you're tired as well, and you're just like you can't be asked watching this.
Did you see that? I assume you did. Obviously, as you watched the match, that spill on the outside that Kofi took, like when one of the Usos pulled down the rope. He just flopped over. It looked from the initial camera.
I can't remember. I've watched it this morning. I can't remember.
From the initial camera angle, it looked like he'd just fallen flat on his head. I literally sat up and went, "Whoa, no!"
Speaking of falling on fat head, Big E needs to stop doing that bloody dive.
Oh my god, he's gonna die one day. He's going to die.
He
one
is.
Day, and it's.
And I won't feel sorry. No offense, but I would not feel sorry one bit.
I don't understand
if he hurts himself.
Like if Seth Rollins isn't allowed to do the buckle bomb anymore, then how is he allowed to jump through the ropes and almost kill himself every single time? It's madness, absolute madness. A couple of confusing parts in this match in general, but first of all, one of the Usos again had Kofi in their submission, let go of it before just like Kofi was probably about to tap within the next 10 seconds, and then Kofi did it vice versa and then broke it up as well. It's like, guys, keep your submissions locked in, you'll win the match. Stop breaking up.
Bloody need some more training.
They do need some more training. They're lacking killer instinct. That's what they're lacking.
Everyone's lacking killer instinct.
and then there was Big E dropped whichever Uso it was from the big ending.
Oh yeah.
So in the end, they had to like awkwardly pick themselves back up so they could hit the move. Whoops. Oh,
whoopsie.
Oh well. And then the referee counted to 3 for that because Jay Uso, looking at my notes, Jay Uso was late to break up the pins. So surely there should technically be new champions. So all of the complaining about the false finish is because the ref didn't do his job.
Yes.
Oh well. No, I honestly I like this finish. I like the fact that heels are cheap. I do. I don't want to see it every time. If it was like literally every week, I'd be like, ugh. But I liked it. Women's title match.
God, I was so bored.
This was such a slow and boring and dull match, wasn't it?
Oh, Lana. You're good looking, but you suck at wrestling.
Yeah, she dominated the match, technically, with a Randy Orton-esque pace, very methodical, and by that I mean slow.
Well, no one's more boring than Randy Orton.
That's true. But I thought this made Naomi look like a right donut. First of all, she'd laughed at her, wanting an opportunity in the Money in the Bank, then ended up giving her a title match, and then almost lost to Lana, who's rubbish. It's like, oh dear. Not the best. I don't really like Naomi, though, so I'm kind of biased against her, if I'm completely honest. What's your opinion as Naomi as champion, actually? I don't think we've ever discussed this.
I don't mind. I don't have an issue with Naomi. I don't even watch SmackDown. I only watched SmackDown like fully recently for this, but I don't usually tend to watch it most of the time because I just find it boring, like Raw.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, She's all right. I like her. I do like her entrance actually. She's got a cool entrance.
Well, that's pretty much the only thing about her, isn't it? In my opinion, she
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 probably is
shoots
a
out
good
to
wrestler.
glow.
They just won't let her like everyone else.
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Oh well. What did you think of Carmella faking a cash in?
I like this, but this is my other part of this. So I think it's after this match they say the tweet that Daniel Bryan said they're going to sort out the mess that happened in the ladder match, which probably means Carmella's either going to get stripped of it or they're going to redo the match again. So she's pretty much a dumbass for not cashing it in straight away and winning the title.
That's a very good point, actually. Yeah, if she gets stripped of it and like didn't take advantage of the opportunity at hand.
Yeah,
Yeah. I hadn't thought of that. Very good point. Very good point.
it's called logic, people.
Yeah, and to be honest, it looked at that point like Lana was probably going to win, so you'd have assumed that Carmella would be able to beat Lana. Would you reckon that in the power rankings? Carmella's higher than Lana, right?
Oh hell yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I suppose she's got James Ellsworth anyway, so they'd cheat no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe James Ellsworth could pin Lana and then he could win the title and then give it to
Okay, let's not
Carmella.
start giving creative ideas, Dan. No.
It's happening. It's going to happen now, isn't it?
Yeah, you've cursed us. You've cursed us. It's going to happen on SmackDown. James Ellsworth is going to enter a 600-day SmackDown Women's title reign now, and it's all your fault. All your fault.
Well, I'm not going to watch SmackDown from here on until the next event, so it won't bother me.
Yeah, this match was the lowest point in the show, in my opinion, because it was just kind of boring. But what can you do? Do you reckon Lana has any potential?
No.
Oh, just a flat no.
Either manage Rusev or get the fuck out. That's all I'm going to
I
say.
don't know why they broke up her and Rusev. And she's still...
They like to do that. They like to break up like anything.
They're on the same
like
show.
I know.
It's stupid.
Like it sounds like they've broken up Miz and Maurice on Raw. So
again, and that's
why,
stupid because they were one of the greatest things.
Exactly.
I'm not happy.
Even though I'm not a fan of Miz, but still,
You're not meant to be. You're not meant to be a fan of Miz.
I just think he's boring anyway.
What are you talking about? He's one of the best. A lot of fighting today in this episode. I like it. It's feisty. It's a feisty one.
It's too hot.
It is.
That's what it is. It's too hot. I'm tired. Ugh. And I have to watch this crap.
I liked this pay-per-view. I'm really surprised that you're down on it so much. I'm normally the one who's more negative than you, Dan. What's going on?
I hope I get tickets to Progress on Sunday, otherwise I'm going to be very depressed.
This is Reverso Land. Yeah, that would be amazing, actually. Fashion Files.
No, not Fashion Files, Fashion Vice.
Oh, yeah, okay, fine. Fashion Vice.
There we go.
They get the Tyler Breeze and Fandango get a VHS. I can't speak. Tyler Breeze and Fandango get a VHS tape from their supposed silhouetted attackers, challenging them to a match later on. They turn out to be the Ascension. Dan, are you shocked?
No, not really.
I kind of am, because I kind of bought into the rumor that they were going to turn American Alpha heel, and
They still, well, to be honest, they could still do that.
Yeah,
This might be just like a little ruse, and then they do turn American Alpha heel.
Well, that's what I was kind of expecting. I was expecting the Ascension to come out, lose, as they did, spoiler, and then American Alpha would attack afterwards, going, ha ha ha, you idiots. They weren't really your attackers. It was us all along.
Probably they'll do it on SmackDown. Apparently, for whatever reason, they're building this SmackDown, and that's coming up. Well, we're recording on Tuesday, so it'll be tonight.
It's in a couple of hours' time.
It is, yeah, and apparently they're building this up, so they may do it tonight because their ratings are going down the shitter.
Yes, well, yeah. The entire company's ratings aren't the greatest. It's got to be said. Yeah, are you looking forward to the potential of evil Chad Gable?
I don't know.
See, I don't think
American Alpha was originally healed.
Jason Jordan was originally heel.
But
And he got turned face by Chad Gable.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I think it would be really interesting to see those as heels, because I can't actually imagine it in any way, shape, or form. So I'm kind of curious. Of course, they could not do it at all. They could just literally have been attacked by the Ascension, and they've just wrapped up that storyline, and it's done now. I mean, this is the WWE.
Yeah,
That could have
yeah,
happened.
but then what the hell do you do with Malcolm and Alpha then, if that's the case?
Well, just do what they've been doing for the last couple of months.
What, nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
God, another wasted talent. Jesus
Such
Christ.
a talented tag team. Speaking of wasting talented tag teams, going off topic entirely, they finally broke up Enzo and Big Cass on Raw. Can you give me any reason that I should care about their breaking up?
Not really.
No, see,
I couldn't give it down. I knew it was going to be Cass
they've been
anyway.
rubbish
So.
for a while, and now I'm supposed to care that they're going to feud. No, I do not care. Tell you what I do care about though. It's a certain debut of Mr. Mike Bennett. Sorry, Mike and Maria Kanellis. You're going to hate this gimmick, aren't you, as well? Are you going to hate their gimmick? Because I love it.
I don't, it's not I'm going to hate it. I know what's going to be. I know the outcome. What's going to be is it's not going to work. So I don't know if I can get invested. I like Mike Bennett. I thought because Mike Bennett and Ring of Honor he was good. With him and Maria, they were just a good duo. I never saw him in TNA because who the hell watches TNA
Very
these
true,
days?
very true.
So if they're given a decent push, this can work. I think it's quite a good gimmick for them, but I just know this company's history. They're gonna get bored within a few weeks, and then he's gonna become a jobber or something like that, and whatever.
That is,
but he's a talented guy,
probably true,
and
unfortunately,
yeah, it's not gonna. I don't know.
But you know,
But
to counter
I'm
your
quite
entire
excited for Mike Bennett then.
to counter your entire
Yes?
argument, that theme song's really good.
It's very 80s.
It's
isn't
so
it?
80s. I loved it. It was fantastic. I was like, yes. I also loved JBL's deadpan disbelief at him taking her last name. I don't give JBL praise very often because he's obviously a terrible person and things like that, if the many rumours are to be believed. But that was very funny. I actually cracked up, like belly laughed at that. I thought it was very funny. But unfortunately, yeah, you probably are right. They probably will mismanage this gimmick, despite the fact it's so cheesy, and I see it being potentially very good. But you're probably right. It'll probably just be, put in the bin within a month's time.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Absolutely, but I'm excited for Mike Bennett. I think he's a good worker.
I didn't expect him to come straight onto the main roster. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm quite a bit shocked by that.
Yeah, and I thought he was going to go to NXT like everybody else, and which is a good thing that he hasn't, because NXT's chock-a-block at the moment with everybody. Everybody and their nans is working for NXT at the moment, so he'd have probably got lost.
Yeah.
But at the same time, so many people are getting lost on SmackDown at the moment. Like, where's Ty Dillinger?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. What is Ty Dillinger?
Ty Dillinger, Luke Harper's disappeared again. Aiden English has disappeared again, as far as I'm aware. Granted, I do watch those very select highlights of SmackDown, so I could be completely wrong. They could be on it every single day. But I do get the impression they've completely disappeared. So.
Probably. It's been released, probably.
Oh, no, don't say that. No. Because then he'd have to go and work like the Perfect 8 gimmick in like TNA or something. 8.
Can you do a Trent 7 and be the Perfect 6?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. God, I'm looking forward to watching Chapter 50, actually. I really am.
I'm trying to get tickets. I have to get tickets. At last minute, I have to go.
Well, yeah, I don't blame you, because Super Strong Style made me a big Progress fan.
Well, if you're free Sunday, I'll try. But
alas, Daniel, I am not. So I'm gonna have to watch it when it comes out on demand. But
cool, if I go, we might have to review it.
Yeah, well, I was hoping we would. But anyway, let's not get distracted by Progress because we've done Progress.
This is Progress.
This is Money in the Bank, Dan. You're getting confused.
Oh yes, sorry. That's the Titus.
There's 2 matches left. There's the WWE title with Jinder Mahal. Sorry, Dan, you seem to have fallen asleep briefly. I was just talking about Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton.
Oh yeah, sorry. This is my normal reaction to that match.
Randy was in his hometown. He had a great reaction. But of course, that doesn't.
And you know what that means.
That doesn't make any difference in Vince McMahon's WWE because you're losing in your hometown. Although, if anyone was going to win in his hometown, it would have been Randy Orton. So I'm really glad he didn't because I think Jinder's actually doing really quite good work from the bits I've seen of it. So the fact that they're sticking with it, I'm happy with that. The match basically had the exact same layout as the match of Backlash. Did you watch the Backlash match?
I watched like the last few minutes of it.
Well, basically that happened with Randy Orton had the majority of the upper hand. Then he beat up the Singh brothers for no real reason, and
literally almost killed them.
Yeah, and then he lost. And this is basically the exact same thing that happened this time. The Singh brothers get ejected from the ringside area. They threaten to beat up Bob Orton. Randy attacks him. RKO's all around, one through an announce table, and then gets beaten in the ring because Jinder Mahal did nothing for about 5 minutes. He just sat there, just waiting, effectively.
Smart man.
Very smart man. There was a couple of times where the referee should have counted both men out, probably about 100 times over. Especially during the Randy Orton beatdown of the Singh brothers, where he was outside the ring for, like I say, a good 4 or 5 minutes. But who needs a good referee? Am I right?
You are right. so you're ready for the Punjabi prison match at SummerSlam then?
No, Stan, stop giving WWE creative ideas.
That's what's going to happen. That is not me saying that. It's so obvious it's going to happen.
Who's it going to be against?
Orton and Jinder.
They're going to have it again. Orton versus Jinder again at SummerSlam.
Yeah, because they always going to be like, same brothers, they keep getting involved.
Oh, no, I don't want Orton versus him again. No, I want him to beat somebody else. I want him to beat...
here's your choice. You've got him against Orton or him against Cena, and Cena's going to beat him.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But Cena's probably going to go over to Raw for a while, it looks like.
He's a free agent. You do both, so he could probably win both titles.
No, Dan, stop giving them ideas. What are you doing, man? You're digging a hole for us here.
The whole 3 people, if one of them is a creative writer that listens to our podcast, I'm very surprised at that.
They don't even need to listen to it. You say the words and Vince McMahon can hear them. He goes, great idea, Dan. That's my Vince McMahon. It's not very good, and I apologise.
Okay, so if I say words, that means he does it.
No, if you give him bad ideas, he will do it.
Oh, bad ideas.
You give him a good idea, he'll ignore it. He won't hear it at all.
Yeah, that's true.
How this works. So Jinder won. Yay. Orton lost. More of a yay. This match just happened, really. Shall we move on?
Please do.
Excellent. To the main event, the male Money in the Bank ladder match. Dan,
yes.
Your number one favourite, Big Banter, Baron Corbin, won. Were you...
Save this pay-per-view for me.
Did it really?
No, it didn't, but still. I like Baron Corbin win. That's, I'm probably the only person that does, but, who gives a fuck?
So, Nakamura got attacked during his entrance by Big Banter. And
I like that. I really did enjoy that.
Yeah, I thought that was clever. You don't see that enough. So Nakamura sits out for half of the match. If he was unpopular, he'd be accused of doing a Roman Reigns in the Royal Rumble.
Oh my god, I forgot about
that. But, just a comparison for you there, because obviously if he was Roman Reigns, if that happened to Roman Reigns, people would have accused him of taking a nap. Just, some just pointing out is all I'm saying. There was some obviously with the talented bunch involved. There were always going to be
minus Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler's good. He's just booked terribly for his entire career. But we then explode a suplex onto the ring apron. We had a choke slam onto a ladder. We had Owens going onto a ladder as well, painfully.
You got AA'd on the ladder by Styles.
Yes, it was basically an AA, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't AA. Um, I thought this was a good match. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be, if I'm completely honest. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. But that spot with Styles hanging off the briefcase was fucking scary.
Oh, that was the safest, nastiest fall I've seen ever. Because
they haven't done that unless I'm going mad, or I haven't seen that in quite a long time.
Yeah, they don't do it that often. Yeah, normally they people just drop down onto their knees and their knees buckle and bend really awkwardly. But AJ just like full on like flat body bump, just straight down. That must have hurt. That must have hurt.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But no.
Although
it was good.
Although I did see a good meme. So do you know the people doing the floor is laugh again?
Yeah.
The floor is TNA. I cracked it out. I saw that on Twitter.
Especially if that was a GIF and he's like when he was trying to climb the chain up and unhook it at the same time.
See, that should be a finish. Someone should hang off the ladder, then like hook their legs around it, and then grab the briefcase or belt, whatever.
Yeah.
And win it that way.
Well, I honestly thought because he was like just pulling himself up so well, like scaling the ladder, the chain. I thought he was actually going to unhook it. Like genuinely, I thought that was going to be it, and I was like, it would just be the most ridiculous and unique way of winning ever. And Dolph was just going to sit there dumbfounded. In the end, he took the fall. But
nasty fall.
Baron Corbin could have won a lot earlier as well. It's got to be said when Nakamura helpfully indicated that he was returning to the match via his theme music hitting again. Instead of Corbin just climbing the ladder and grabbing the briefcase, he went down the ladder, folded the ladder up, and then attempted to throw it at Nakamura.
Well, he's only in the business for 4 years. He's still
again. Where's your killer instinct, guys? You're here to win matches. What are you doing?
No, I don't know. There is no killer instinct in wrestling. Well, especially not in WWE.
Well, especially not from Bayley. Did you see her interview a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, do not get me started on Bayley. Do not get me started on Bayley.
We won't talk about Bayley. It's fine. My personal highlight of this Money in the Bank match, though, was the showdown, the big old tease between Styles and Nakamura, though. If they
flashbacks to Wrestle Kingdom,
yeah, exactly, and hopefully flash forwards to WrestleMania.
No, it's SummerSlam. It's SummerSlam.
Yeah, I suppose they could do it at SummerSlam. I'd accept SummerSlam. That's fine, as long as they let them. The catch is, let them do their match. Just let them.
Nah,
I know it's unlikely, but just let them do it. They could have a 5-star match easy if you just let them do it. I guarantee you, if they do it, there'll be some stupid WWE screwy finish, and it'll be really annoying. And I will not be happy about it, despite the fact I've been happy with the screwy
Baron
finishes.
Corbin comes out. Yeah, Baron Corbin comes out and interferes and beats them both up.
Yeah, probably. But I thought it was really good. They just moved the ladder aside and they just went at it, and I was like, yes, more of this.
I did like that. Yeah, I did like that. That was quite good. And apparently, I think there was a photo after the show finished where they had the referees to hold them back. So I think there is a build.
Yes.
There is a tease going.
That's exactly what I want. I want all of that, please. Yes. Yes. Who, assuming Carmella isn't going to be stripped of her briefcase on SmackDown, prediction time, who's going to cash it in first? Corbin or Carmella? What do you reckon? Because I can see them both holding it for a very long time and both doing the smug, I'll cash in it when I want face. I can see Carmella teasing it basically every week.
Well, see, my prediction was Jinder loses the title to Cena, and then Corbin cashes it on Cena.
What, on that night? Or
I don't know. I did have a scenario, but now thinking about it, I don't think it's. I don't know. I can definitely see him holding it. I don't think it'll be a WrestleMania cash in, because that's a bit. Yeah, I don't know. That's quite a good question. That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm gonna out of the two of them, I'm gonna say.
I may say Corbin keeps it longer.
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I think Carmella will tease cashing it in more often.
I think she'll lose.
I think That wouldn't surprise me. But I think she'll cash it in first. That's my prediction. Anyway, Dan, any further thoughts on Money in the Bank? And is it still, now that you've talked about it, is it still a thumbs middle? It seems from what you've said to me, it's more of a thumbs down. Are you changing your review?
So it moves from down to middle, down to middle.
Oh, it's kind of fluctuating quite a lot. I'm still a big thumbs up. I still loved it. If I'm honest, I loved it. Yeah, cool. There we go. That's our review of Money in the Bank 2017. If you want to know more of my thoughts, you can follow me on Twitter at robsthoughts.on or go to www.thoughtsoneverything.co.uk. And Dan and I will see you again very soon. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.